We're back in the kitchen with Melissa from Fava Tea Company, and how about some tea to go with that pie? Doesn't that sound good?
It sounds wonderful. We've got some really cool stuff here today. I'm so excited to be part of the show.
I'm excited about this too. Tell me about this.
Let's talk about this one. This is our Japanese cherry blossom. So this is actually a blooming tea. So what's going to happen is we're going to open this little packet here.
Okay.
And I'll have you take out a blossom and I'll take out a blossom.
I'd love to.
And you just...
With the toothpick?
With the toothpick. Can you smell that? Can you smell the essence of the cherry?
Yes. So you have to, they're very delicate.
They are.
Let's see if I can get in there. Look at that. This is the only hard part. Can I just use my fingers
go
at that
ahead.
point? Is that one blossom?
That's one blossom. Oh, look, we've got 3 for the price of 1. We've actually got 3 of them in here. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to drop these in here. And I know they look a little bit brown right now, but wait till we get some of this warm water on here. Watch how beautiful this is going to become.
So this is if you're having people over for brunch or breakfast and you really want to make a statement. Wow. So real mild, no caffeine.
No caffeine, yeah. This one's considered an herbal tea. So we're just going to let that one sit, and there's a gazillion different things you can do with this. Now, as those sit in the water, they're going to continue to unfurl, but that is the actual blossom from a Japanese cherry tree.
How pretty.
And they're preserved in the little packet with essential oils from cherry. And then obviously the blossom itself has all of its oils and essence and everything.
How neat.
Isn't that beautiful?
Will they get even a little bit bigger? I can see the one on the bottom.
Yeah,
wow.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Absolutely gorgeous.
And what's fun about this too is what we've done in the past is we've brewed this up and then we've had maybe like a dry Chardonnay or, you know, some kind of dry wine, and you just add a little bit of this to it. It gives it just the most heavenly flavor.
Just a little subtle. Ooh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love that.
A lot of fun.
What else did you bring along?
I brought along, let me take that. This one is our almond amaretto, and this one's a green tea. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit in here.
Now I got to ask you, green tea. People think that, you know, you have to drink green tea to be healthy. They're not. You can drink other teas as well?
You can. One of the myths that I want to talk a little bit about today is all of the tea comes from the same plant.
Okay.
The base plant is called Camellia sinensis. So these leaves right here, this is from Camellia sinensis. That's the plant where the leaves are picked, typically 2 leaves and a bud, but it's picked, it's dried, it's oxidized, so that really depends on what sort of category it goes into.
Okay.
Might be a white tea, might be a green, might be an oolong, might be a black. Because it all comes from the same plant, there may be some health characteristics that will be different within each category.
Okay.
But a lot of times people come in and say, well, I read this study and it says I have to drink a green tea, so green tea is what I should be drinking. That's not necessarily the case.
There are lots of others that are also good for you.
All of the teas are healthy for you. So if you've tried a green tea and you say, oh, it's just, I don't like that vegetal taste, then try a black tea.
Sure.
Try a white tea. Rooibos. Rooibos isn't actually a tea, but it's higher in antioxidants, where the teas themselves are going to be higher in polyphenols. But we can get into that in maybe a different episode.
Sure.
But yeah, there's a lot of different characteristics. For example, a white tea is good for lowering your body temperature.
Okay.
So if you hot flashes, things like that, white teas would be a little bit better for you. If you maybe have cholesterol problems, maybe a black tea would be a little bit better for you, because studies have shown that black teas help your blood platelets from sticking together.
So Melissa will help you in anything that's wrong. She'll help you with tea. One more we want to talk about here.
Yeah, we've got our, this one is actually a cherry green tea, so there's no other blend to it but cherries and green. Then I'm just going to drop a little bit water into this one too. This one's also a cherry green. Oh, I lost a little stem in there. What's beautiful about these two is, and a lot of times we talk about all of the loose teas that we have, and we do. We have 300 of them in the store, but we also have the sachet teas. So if you're thinking, gosh, the stuff in the grocery store just isn't cutting it anymore, mostly because that's the lowest grade that there possibly is. We have the loose tea, and we have it in sachets. Just a real quick funny story. When we first opened the store, we brought in one of our blenders, and he helped us and trained our staff, and we just had a wonderful training session with him. And my husband said, why is it that when I drink a green tea like a Lipton or a Celestial Seasons, it always tastes like licorice, or it tastes like ginseng, or it never has just that good green flavor that I'm tasting here as we're going through.
Sure.
And he said, well, a lot of that low-grade tea is made and crushed on the same presses where they make licorice, where they make ginseng. So they don't clean off those presses. And the teas absorb what's ever around them. That's why the packaging we've created is foil lined, and it's got a zip top to it so no light and no air gets to your tea. But when your tea is exposed to light and air, it's going to absorb everything. Like this, for example, it's going to absorb the wonderful flavors, the wonderful smells that we have in here from the cherry chicken that you made before.
We don't want to do that necessarily.
No, exactly.
Well, wonderful teas. Go see Mellisa at Fava Tea, and she will guide you through. It sounds complex. It isn't, and it tastes wonderful, and great for you. And you can kick that soda habit with some great tea. Thanks, Mellisa.
Thanks,
great to see
Amy.
you.
Good
This
to
smells
see you
amazing.
too.
We'll be back with another.